Cancer, welcome to your reading. So this is a special reading for December. This is known as the 12 days of Christmas or the 12 days of Yuletide, depending on what you celebrate. So what I am doing is we are doing 12 different decks, and in each deck I'm going to pull a card or cards, depending on what comes out, and we're going to read different elements. Now these decks are in accordance to what we are looking at, and one of the things we're looking at is the 9 noble virtues, which are courage, truth, honor, fidelity, hospitality, discipline, industriousness, self-reliance and perseverance. When we get up to those, I will tell you exactly what we're reading for each deck, and I hope this resonates. So St. Lucia Day is on the 13th. Mother of Dreams is on the 20th. So anywhere between the 13th to around the 21st, you could be having dreams, and within those dreams, there could be a message. We're going to look at that message that might be coming through to see what may be coming through for you. Okay, so Cancer, what is this message in the dream? What is this message in the dream? What is the message in the dream? Okay. So Cancer, we have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords can indicate that you are either preparing for something, or it could also indicate that someone is taking from you. We're going to look at what that could possibly mean. Let's get a clarifier card. Please clarify 5 of Swords. Please clarify 5 of Swords. Please clarify 5 of Swords. I feel like for some of you, you are getting ready for something. You are preparing for a battle. All right, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Sword, and we have the Star, sorry. Queen of Cups and the Star. Please clarify 5 of Swords. Please clarify 5 of Swords. Please clarify 5 of Swords for Cancer. Please clarify 5 of Swords for Cancer. Please clarify 5 of Swords for Cancer. Okay, we have the 3 Wands and the Knight of Swords. So Cancer, your energy may be the Queen of Cups. You could be a male or female. It does not matter, because in tarot it is fluid. And that is your energy. There is something that you're hoping for. It could be in regards to a celebration. But there is someone that you need to be careful of. There is someone within your energy that you need to be careful of. They may not have the best intentions. We have the 10 of Wands down the bottom. So you may be coming up against a barrier. A barrier with someone that could possibly be a King of Swords or an air sign. And this person, be careful of what they're saying to you. They may be manipulative. There may be some manipulation around them. You're not seeing everything. You're not seeing everything. They want you to open your eyes to something that you are not seeing. This could be in regards to money, or it could be in regards to some type of help. Now this Swords does not necessarily mean that they are necessarily a sword. They could just have sword energy, and they do not necessarily have to be male. They could be female as well, or whatever gender, because like I said, in tarot, energy is fluid. So we do also have the Hermit card and the Tower. So I feel like there will be a moment where you will step back from the situation, and that's when you will discover what is truly going on, because the Tower moment suddenly happens. And when you have the Tower moments, you will see the deception. And we have the Page of Swords, so that's when everything gets revealed. So there is a warning there about someone. It could also be a situation as well. So swords can represent knowledge. It can represent authority figures. It can represent, so it may be to do with work. It could be to do with, does not have to, what I'm trying to say is it does not necessarily have to do with a person. It could be a situation in which education, law, work, anything along those matters. It could be to do with that situation. So just be aware of that. And that is what they're trying to tell you within your dream. Okay. So that is all for your dreams. Okay, so now we are going on to the winter and the summer solstice. I'm doing winter and summer because if you are like me, you're in the southern hemisphere. And we are going to look at your light and your dark side. So first we are going to look at your, we are going to look at your light and your shadow side. First off, we are going to look at your light. What is Cancer's light side? What is Cancer's light side? What are Cancer's light side? What strengths do they have on their light side? Okay. Okay, so we do have the Lovers, we do have the Knight of Cups, and we do have the King of Cups. You can be very passionate and very giving in a lot, but you're also strong with being independent. So when you're in a relationship, you're very strong in the fact that you are very loving and giving. But when you are all on your own, you're also very strong. So you have strength in both sides. You're very passionate and you love love. So that is your light. Let's look at your shadow. Now, when we're looking at the shadow, it is not necessarily a bad thing. So the shadow side is just aspects of yourself that you may not be so comfortable with. What is Cancer's shadow side? What is Cancer's shadow side? Okay, Cancer, for your shadow side, we have Three of Wands and we have King of Swords. You do have a habit of closing yourself off and thinking too much about the future. You think too far into the future. You think too much about the future. You worry about the future a lot. Because of that, you can close yourself off and you can become very closed off. You can also be very intuitive as well, which is very good. However, you don't tend to tap into your intuitive energy all the time. You can also be artistic and creative. However, once again, you don't always tap into your creative talents and you don't always utilize them to the best of your ability. So that is your shadow side, Cancer. Okay, Cancer, so the next one is the first of our noble virtues. It is courage. So with courage, what we are looking at is your blocks and resistance and what holds you back. So what are Cancer's blocks and resistances? What holds them back? What holds Cancer back? Okay. Okay, so we got say what you mean. So one of the things that you have trouble with is expressing what you mean. Expressing your thoughts, expressing your desires, expressing how you feel. Because of that, sometimes people get the closed off energy that you have here and they don't always think that you are fully committed, or they may feel your energy of pulling away, because you do pull away, but you don't tell people why you're pulling away. So one of the things that you need to work on is communication, and in telling people exactly what you mean, telling people what's in your heart and not being so afraid of how people might react. You know, I know it's hard sometimes because sometimes you say stuff and people react badly, and you expect them to react badly because people have reacted badly in the past as well. But what you have to remember is those people are not who are meant for you. So if you say exactly what you mean, and if you are open and honest and don't have this closed off energy, you may be able to achieve this whole relationship that you truly desire. And not just in a romantic relationship, but you could also hold back when it comes to family and friends. And you may even hold back in work situations as well. Okay. We're going to the second noble virtue. So this noble virtue is truth. So what we are going to look at right now is what is hidden from you. What is hidden from Cancer that they cannot see? What is hidden from Cancer that they cannot see? What is hidden from Cancer that they cannot see? Okay. I feel like this is a repeat of the energy from over here. We do have the star down the bottom of the deck. So this is to do with, once again, your hopes, something that you were hoping for, something you were wishing for, something you were desiring. They're telling you once again, they're reminding you once again to be careful. There is a deceptive energy around you. You can see the lady has the sword at her back, which means that she's not telling the truth in everything. They want you to be prepared for it and not be so blind. You may be blind to it because your energy is currently closed off. You may be blind to it because currently your intuition is telling you something, but you're not quite tapping into what your intuition, and this is a repeat of this King of Swords energy once again, where your intuition will tell you something. You're quite intuitive, but you tend to not listen. And once again, you aren't listening because you have hope that something will work out, that something will be good, that something will actually something will happen that you were hoping for. But they're letting you know that, yeah, just to be careful. Now, I'm going to pull some cards for this one just to clarify. I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords first. Please clarify Seven of Swords for me. Please clarify Seven of Swords for Cancer. Please clarify Seven of Swords for Cancer. Okay, so they are clarifying with the Eight of Wands. So there is a bit, an element of some deception, though you may be able to overcome it. Let's have a look. You are going to come out on top in this situation. Please clarify Seven of Swords. Please clarify. Okay. There's a decision that you have to make. There's two pathways. There's two decisions that you need to make in regards to this. Please clarify Seven of Swords. This can be avoided. This situation can be avoided. Please clarify Seven of Swords. Okay, so we do have the Magician again, but ironically it does have the sword there. Now I know the Magician does have all the elements, but the sword stands out to me. So once again, I'm feeling this person with that sword energy around you that you do have to be careful of. They can be manipulative. They can be quite controlling. They can be quite deceptive. You do have to, and there's snakes, so you do have to be really cautious of this person. They are quite sneaky. We also have the Moon. So the Moon is telling me there's fears. So they may have fears. So yeah, there is a lot of worry there. I feel sadness where this is concerned. I don't know why I'm getting sadness because, well, I mean, I guess the moon can be sad, but I'm getting a lot of sadness where this is concerned. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Maybe it's going to make you sad. I don't know. I'm really confused by why I'm getting sadness with the moon. Now, we also have the Emperor. So the Emperor, once again, is a controlling energy. Funny thing is I'm getting a headache. So I feel like the front of my head, the frontal lobe, where the third eye is concerned. You may be experiencing headaches. I don't know. But I'm just... my head is hurting in that area. So there's something about the Emperor and the head hurting. But I do feel like this is the Magician again, but I may be wrong. Some of you, but I don't feel like it's your energy. This is, it could be a father figure. I'm getting a headache. So it could also, like I said, be the Magician, and it could be just a very dominating energy. So very controlling energy. I don't know. That is very confusing for me. I'm just going to clarify the Emperor. Please clarify the Emperor for me. Yeah, so I feel like this is dominate, because we got strength. So we got Four of Pentacles. So it is someone that controls things, someone that is very strong and controlling. So we're reconfirming that this is a controlling energy. They like to control things. They like to be in charge. Now, we also had the Four of Wands come up, so I feel like this energy is around you around this time of celebration. So they will come into, they will be around you around this time of celebration. If you're seeing friends and family, they could be around you, or they could be just communicating with you. Because we do have the Two of Cups, so it could be a romantic energy. It could be a romantic attachment. Two of Cups do not necessarily mean romance. It could just mean someone that you truly care about, someone that you genuinely care about. Now, this may not be that person. It may be a separate situation altogether. It may be a situation where you are concerned about this person. And maybe that's why I got the sadness there. But then we have this Magician coming in, and they're manipulating the whole situation. I don't know why they're manipulating the whole situation, but we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is like a rebirth energy. It's like starting again. If you are in a relationship where you are tempted to start again with someone, they are warning you about starting again with this person because they've hurt you in the past. And that's probably why we do have this Two of Swords energy, because you have a choice. You do not necessarily have to go back to them. Of course, it's always your choice. But they may come in and they may communicate with you, and they may communicate with you with the intent of having a relationship with you. Now, that's not going to be for everyone. That's only going to be for some people. For other people, there is a message about father figure that... that may be very controlling. They could also be the father of your children. Now, I'm saying father, however, we know that energies can be reversed. They're not always good mentally. They may suffer from depression. So this person may have suffered from depression, or you may suffer from depression. They may have had depression in the past. It may have forced you guys to separate, and they may seem okay now, and they may come back in. However, just be aware that they're not completely 100% still. So there's a couple of messages that I'm getting here in regards to secrets. So take what resonates. So depending on what resonates for you in this situation, because I am getting a couple of different messages coming through. They may all resonate, or they may only one may resonate. I don't know, because I am talking to more than one person right now. So take what resonates where that is concerned. Okay, so that is what is hidden from you. So the next noble virtue is honor. So this day is also what is known as the Feast of Mothers or Christmas Eve. So what we are looking at is we're actually going to honor our ancestors, and we're actually going to request a message from our ancestors by tapping into the Akashic records. So let's tap into the Akashic records for Cancer. Is there any messages from the ancestors for Cancer? Any messages from the ancestors for Cancer? Any messages from the ancestors for Cancer? Any messages? All right. Wow, quite beautiful. So we do have Muse. It's a beautiful card. I don't actually know what it means, so I am going to look that up. Okay, so once again, we are talking about this creative energy. So they are talking about right now, you can tap into very creative energy. Now, depending on what your creativity looks like to you. Now, creativity can be very varied. So you can look at artistic creativity, or you can look at more musical. You can even look at things like just room design or clothing, or something that is more practical could also be creative. But they are saying that your energy right now is at its creative peak. They want you to tap into it. They think that you have a real talent, and if you tap into it, you're going to actually feel inspired. And this could also be like gardening as well, like plants. There's so many different avenues in which creativity is actually classified. So, you know, depending on what your creative flair is, they want you to tap into it. So yeah, tap into your gift. Stop holding back. So once again, you're not tapping into your gift. So this is your shadow side, and you can see that they're saying once again that you're not tapping into your creative energies. Right now, they want you to tap into your creative energies. The ancestors are saying that this is a real peak time for you. You can actually, if you tap into it, you will actually see your energy and your creativeness flow. Okay, so that is all for the ancestors. Now we are going to look at the next noble virtue, which is fidelity. And fidelity is about being faithful, and usually about being faithful in a relationship and honoring your relationship and being truthful and caring. And we're going to have a look at your love messages. So what messages are there for Cancer in regards to love? What messages are there for Cancer in regards to love? What messages? Okay. Wow. We have keep an open mind, true love, and love yourself first. So I think the most important one is love yourself first. So for those that are single right now, you may be struggling to find someone, and one of the reasons is you don't love yourself. They're telling you to love yourself, give yourself respect, start to appreciate the good things about you, and you will call in your energy. Now, with calling in your energy, there's a possibility that you could call in true love. So once you fix up yourself, and once you start working on yourself, you will then call in your true love. Now, your true love does not look like how you expect them to. I want you to keep an open mind about who your true love could be. So you may have an idea of what your true love may look like, or act like, or be like, or where you're going to meet them. Just be open to the possibility that that person may not come in the way you expect them to. Like, you may have a list, and on those lists, you know, you'll say, I want someone that is 6 feet tall, that is dark hair, dark eyes, and that is it within a certain weight range, you know. And the person you meet may be blue-eyed, or they may be blonde hair, or they may be 5'7", you know. So just keep an open mind about who your person might be, and with that your true love will come in. So for those in a relationship, they're actually saying to work on yourself right now. They want you to work on yourself because right now you guys are struggling because you have expectations about what your partner should look like, or they may have expectations about you. So just remember, these energies can be reversed. You may feel a lot of pressure from your partner, and that may cause you to not love yourself as much. They want you to work on yourself. Once you work on yourself, then that love is going to come back in regards to if your partner is not looking as you expect them to right now. Maybe they need to work on themselves and love themselves again. And in doing so, maybe you have to show them how to love themselves again. So it could be reversed. Just be aware of that. Okay. So the next noble virtue is known as hospitality. So what hospitality is of course, it is where you are kind to people. You're kind to strangers, kind to friends, and how you, when you have guests over, how you treat them. So we're looking at family and friends right now. So this coincides for Yuletide or Boxing Day. Once again, depending on when this comes in, it does not necessarily have to come in that day, but we are going to look at messages for your friends and family, or for you in regards to your friends and family. Let's look at Cancer messages for friends and family. What are messages for friends and family for Cancer? What messages? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify it, because it could also do with a King of Swords. So let's please clarify King of Swords for me. Please clarify King of Swords. 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 Okay, now there is news for either for a King of Swords. I feel like this is a news for a King of Swords, but I'm just going to tell you the message that I got through just then. So there is a message about a possible pregnancy coming up for one of your friends. Possibly this King of Swords. However, there is an alternative message. I'll get to that soon. And this is going to be really happy for them. However, it's going to affect them somehow. Please clarify Ace of Cups. Please clarify Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so there might be a bit of jealousy, or there might be a bit of upset over this situation. So someone is going to announce their pregnancy, and it's going to be a great addition, though it's going to come as a surprise, but not a surprise at the same time, because we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So the Ace of Wands so I'll just show you these cards here. We have the King of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups, we have the Empress. Then we have the Ace of Cups in Ace of Wands in reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, and then to clarify the Ace of Cups, we had the Five of Swords and the Sun. So there is a bit of a mixed feeling about this. So there is a lot of happiness, and it is something. So this comes in as a very happy surprise. However, It's unexpected, but it was expected at the same time. However, it's a disruption to the family home, or a family home. There is a disruption to the family home because of it. There is an upset. Someone isn't happy. Someone isn't happy because there's a bit of... a lot of people are happy, but then some people aren't. There's a bit of jealousy, or there is a bit of deceptive energy around it. I don't know which is which. It could be both, depending on what resonates with you. Now, this is in regards to a King of Swords. So there's a couple messages. It could either be either you are the one that you're not happy because of this situation, or it is the King of Swords situation in which they announce this pregnancy. However, there is a bit of unhappiness about it. It's mixed emotions around it. So that is a message for either you in regards to friends or your friends. Okay, interesting. Okay, so the next noble virtue we are looking at is discipline. Going off the Yuletide calendar, on the 27th is also known as Freya's birthday. I'm actually going to get female wisdom. Have a look. What is the female wisdom for Cancer? What is the female wisdom for Cancer? Okay. So this is Turquoise Lotus Mother. Now down the bottom we also have 8 Immortals. Now that almost came out, so I am going to look at whether there might be a message here for you as well in regards to the 8 Mortals. But I am focusing on Turquoise Lotus Mother. Okay, so one of the messages that I did get was sometimes you get messages come through and you question yourself as to whether these messages are for you, whether they are real or whether they are genuine. They want you to actually listen. The other message that I'm getting is about your heart chakra. So in the past, you've been hurt quite a lot, and in doing so, you have closed off. Now they want you to open up your heart chakra again, and they want you to focus on healing your heart chakra and your energy around your heart chakra. The other message that I did get was about loving yourself, which is a repeat of this message here about loving yourself, and it also is to do with the heart chakra as well. So there's your heart chakra is currently displaced right now, and you need to actually focus on that, get it realigned. You have been hurt, so because you've been hurt, it is displaced, and they need you to heal yourself. They need you to heal yourself and start loving yourself again. So that is the big message from your female energies and your female wisdom. Okay, this next noble virtue is industriousness. So industriousness is to do with work. It is to do with work, but it is also to do with your skills and how good you are at certain things. But what I am actually going to be looking at is what gifts you have been given from the universe at this time. What gifts are you being given, or have you been given from the universe at this time? What gifts has Cancer been given? What gifts has Cancer been given from the universe at this time? What gifts have Cancer been given from the universe at this time? What are gifts from Cancer? Gifts for Cancer. What gifts is the universe giving Cancer? Okay. You have 6 of Fire. And down the bottom you have the 8 of Water as well. Okay, so you have 6 of Fire. One of the things about 6 of Fire is it is about strength in itself. So one of your gifts is strength. So you do have the strength to overcome obstacles. You do have the strength to move on from things. You often come out on top. Even when things are looking bad for some reason, you just have a lucky streak about you where even when things get bad, you're able to get back on top. So I'm just going to clarify and see whether there's any more that they can tell us about the Six of Fire. Is there anything else you can tell us about the Six of Fire? Spirit, is there anything else you can tell us about the Six of Fire? Please clarify Six of Fire. Okay, so that is, yep. Once again, you just have this natural ability to get back on top after falling down. We do have Temperance and we do have the Two of Pentacles as well. So that is about balance as well. So, and you do have this cold, carefree type attitude sometimes. Like not always, because you do wear your heart on your sleeve and you do get hurt a lot. But when you're in your positive element and when you are feeling your best, nothing can bring you down, and you're able to actually overcome so much because of it. So that is great that you have that, and that is a really nice thing to have. So to have that strength and to have that perseverance and to have that luck, and I think that's the big thing is luck. You have so much luck about you. So, and when I say luck, I don't necessarily mean that you are lucky. I mean, you have luck in the regards that when things look down, like, you know, I guess, you know, you can have no money at all. You can walk along the street and you can go, I need a can of drink because I'm really thirsty. And then all of a sudden you'll find $2 on the ground and you're able to buy a $2 drink or something. I don't know. There's this, like, even when you kick down, you're able to get back up again. And this is about finding that balance, about finding that, making water into wine, like having that ability to get back up again, even when you kick down. So, I mean, that is a real special gift that you have, Cancer. Okay. So this next one is Day of Nymphs. Now, it also coincides with the noble virtue of self-reliance. With the Day of Nymphs, we want to connect to our inner child. And in connecting to our inner child, we want to see how our inner child can help us with getting self-reliance and helping us with self-reliance. How can the inner child help Cancer with self-reliance? Okay, so the inner child gives you the gifts of Four of Crystals. So I'm just going to put it down. So with the Four of Crystals, yeah, once again, they're talking about having this, you have this ability to have control. So I think this is why with your shadow side, like I said, it is not necessarily bad. So even when you get highly emotional and you look like you're about to burst, you're able to control your emotions and you're able to hold back. And this is about control. You do have that ability to control your emotions, and you do have that, because of that, it does give you a sense of security. And it does give you a sense of being in control as well. And because of that, that makes you come across as a reliable person, and you can come across as quite strong. So let's clarify the Four of Crystals. Can we clarify this Four of Crystals, please? Please clarify the Four of Crystals. Please clarify the Four of Crystals. Please clarify the Four of Crystals. Please clarify Four of Crystals. Okay. So Four of Crystals, yep, it is confirmed with the King of Swords. So this is that energy again, like I said, of having that ability to just close off. Like, you are very strong with your heart, you're very strong with your emotions, but when you start hurting too much, you can close off, which can be good or bad. It really depends on the situation. It can help you with your own securities. It can help you from, it can save you from getting hurt. Now, this is something that has been learnt through childhood. So this is something that you learned in your childhood. And obviously it is because during your childhood, you learned to close off so you didn't show emotion. You learned to close off so you didn't get hurt. It can, and it has helped you. It has given you that security. It has helped you in that regard. However, it also hinders you as well, because in closing off, you don't get to express yourself as much. You don't get to say what you mean. This is part of your healing journey, is you need to be able to open up. So learn when to close off and when to open up. You can close off and be open to receiving at the same time. You can close off and be open to communicating at the same time. You need to find that balance, and you do have the balance in your life, but you need to find the balance within you in regards to yourself, your emotions. So this, like I said, this can be a good and a bad thing, but you need to heal from this. You need to heal from this this past from your childhood as well. And I'm going to pull some more cards on that. Please clarify 4 of crystals for me. Please clarify 4 of crystals for me. Please clarify 4 of crystals for me. Okay. Yeah, so this is something that has gone on since your childhood, and your ability to close off and just walk away. But they want you to start seeing what's in front of you. What is, it does actually, it makes it easier to stay friends with people, makes it easier to stay friends and have strong relationships, in the regards that whenever you get hurt, you just close off. But that also comes to a point where it does boil up, and then when it gets to a certain peak, then you walk away. And you walk away from something that could be important. You walk away from something that could be worthwhile. The problem is a lot of you have been hurt in the past, and you have been left out in the cold as well. So you, because of that, you do have this guardedness about you. All right, so some of you need to tap into your more feminine energies. And I don't mean that you're not feminine. I mean your more sensitivities in regards to your heart, because you close off so much that sometimes you come across as being quite cold. Even though underneath all that coldness, you actually do have a very beautiful and giving and loving heart. But not everybody sees that. And it can be very confusing for the people who you talk to, because they can often see how beautiful you are inside and out. They can often see your beautiful heart. They can often see that you do have a kind nature to you. You do have genuineness about you. But then when it comes to them on a personal level, you can not communicate and not tell them how you feel. And this is part of loving yourself and accepting yourself as a whole. Don't be too quick to run away. Don't be too quick to leave. It's funny because like I kind of see like the same walking away. You tend to walk away really, really quickly from a situation where you have your heart on the line. And because you do walk away from these situations really, really quickly, you miss out on what possibly could be true love. And just because someone may not come across, they may not be good at communicating as well, you know. Just because someone may not come across the way you expect them to, sometimes you do have to put your heart on the line. And yeah, you've been hurt in the past, and this is why you've been taught to close off. And this is giving you self-reliance. This is giving you your strength. This is giving you your ability to just get over things and to move on. However, it does also hinder you. So you need to be able to strike that balance. You have that balance with your luck. You need to find that balance with your emotions as well. And you need to heal that heart chakra. Okay. So now we are on to the day of rest. This is also known as the noble virtue of perseverance. So perseverance is continuing on. And in our ability to continue on, we have to be able to overcome stresses. So I'm actually going to be looking at the stresses and what stresses you and how to overcome these stresses. So what stresses Cancer right now? What are the stresses for Cancer right now? What are the stresses for Cancer right now? All right. So one of the ways that you overcome stress is to take your time out and to step back from things, which is really smart, and it's an intelligent way to handle stress. And it is your closed offness that can actually help you in this regard. When it comes to what stresses you are dealing with right now, you are stepping away from that on those stresses. So you're actually not really dealing with many stresses right now because you're actually putting yourself out of those situations. So right now, you're not actually really encountering that many stresses. I'm going to clarify it to see if there's anything else that we can see. Please clarify the Hanged Woman. All right, we have the Moon. So there is some fears, there is some concern, there is something on your mind. It could possibly to do with an illness. It could be possibly to do with something or someone that may be ill or may have passed away, or there may be a fear of something. There may be a fear of also starting again. So death can represent rebirth. It does not necessarily mean death. So it can be about starting again. So, okay, when I said that you don't actually have any stresses, apparently you do have stresses. You have a lot of stresses, but right now you're actually closed off to those stresses. In the back of your mind, it's funny how, like, I don't know if you can see. I'll show this. When I put it down, it like almost completely lined up with those wiggly lines there. So, yeah. Your stresses are, you have a lot of stresses in the back of your mind. You have a lot of fears right now in the back of your mind, but you're actually stepping back. You're not actually taking action towards it. Okay, please clarify the Hanged Woman. You're waiting for something. Maybe you're waiting. Is someone sick in your family? Is there an illness? I don't know. You don't want to stress over it because you're waiting or you're stepping back from a situation. There may not even be anyone sick, but you just have a feeling that someone is sick or someone is going to get sick. We have the Knight of Cups. So there's a message. There's something that, okay, yeah, I feel like this is your intuition. Your intuition is telling you something is going to happen. Someone is going to get sick, or someone is going to get injured, or someone is going to get hurt, or there may be a situation where you will have to start again. Your intuition is telling you this, and this is why you're not taking action. You're not, because you don't know if you're correct. So it hasn't happened yet, but you're already thinking about it, but you're stepping back at the same time and not acting on it. Okay, I want to clarify this card. Please clarify death. Please clarify death. Please clarify the Death card for me. Please clarify the Death card for me. Please clarify the Death card for me. All right. So you have, please clarify the Death card. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Whatever it is hasn't happened yet. You feel like it is going to happen though. You're definitely worried about it. You care about this person. Or you may not even know who it is, because we have the Four of Cups, which is something unseen. So you have this feeling in the air, and you feel like it could be a family member. Now that's not going to resonate for all of you. That's just for some. Okay. I'm not really getting a message through for any other groups, so I'm only getting the one message. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's just no worries at all. And for some of you, there's nothing to worry about right now, but something instinctive is inside of you telling that something is up. And it could be to do with sickness or restarting again. It does not necessarily have to mean death or illness or anything like that. I shouldn't put that worry in your head. It could also just be about starting again. There could be this fear of having to start all over again. So yeah, this is why you are in the Hanged Woman position. Okay. So now we are on to the 12th night. Now the 12th night is the last of the 12 nights. Now, if it's going off the Yuletide calendar, this will be celebrating the New Year's. So what I want to look at is what your next path is. What are the lessons for your next path? What are your lessons, Cancer, for your next path? What are your lessons, Cancer? All right. So we do have Pitta and, sorry, I cannot pronounce these. I'm just going to show them. Pitta, Shadisthana. I have probably completely mispronounced these. I'm just going to have a look in the book just to see what it actually says for you. Okay. So a lot of you may have a change in direction when it comes to work. So you may be changing your focus. You may be changing your focus to a more leadership position, or to starting your own business, or to there's going to be a completely different change in direction, especially when in regards to something where you are in charge. Now, with this particular card, this is to do with the chakra. Where the chakra is concerned, it is about energy as well. So they're also telling you, you may be lacking energy. There may be a lack of energy right now. They want you to also put energy into something. They want you to focus on something. They want you to focus on a new direction. You may need to go in a different direction when it comes to work, or you may have to go in a different direction when it comes to something else. Also, focus on yourself and loving yourself again. They're reintegrating this message here about loving yourself again. Finding your own happiness. There's a lack there of happiness. You may need to rebalance not only your heart chakra, but your chakra. So there may need to be a rebalance of both in order for you to move forward, and need to be a refocus on you as well. You need to focus on you a lot. They are saying that there is leadership potential for you. There could even be a promotion coming up in the future for you if it is in regards to work. They are talking about a lot about work, so this could be work orientated, where this is completely focused on. They want you to have fun too, enjoy yourself a bit more. You're not having as much fun as what you used to have, or there may be a lack of fun, or there may be a lack of enjoyment in the fun. There's something about fun there. So yeah, just work on yourself, and your direction may also change. Now, to finish this off, I'm actually going to pull some runes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this particular rune, now this rune was fell onto your dream rune. So this is in regards to your dream. This is a protection rune. So one of the things it is saying is it's forewarning that there is something coming up for you. However, they are also saying that you are protected. So in regards to your dream, yes, there is a deception. Yes, there is something coming up. Yes, there is something coming. But you are actually protected. You're actually quite protected from this situation. So this situation is going to occur. It could occur. However, you do not have to stress about it. So these runes land on your light side. Now it's quite interesting because what we are actually talking about here, there is this reoccurrence when it comes to landed on the Lovers card. Now it is saying about this, so you do give, and you give a lot, and you give all. So the problem is that you give too much, and when this happens, you get hurt. Now they are saying that this situation is going to continue unless you change something. Okay, now these two runes landed on the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is about having strength on your own. However, one of the reasons why you have this and this rune is they're talking about having strength on your own, but one of the reasons why you end up on your own is because you have doubt and you have suspicions about people. You overthink things a lot. And because of that situation, this is why you end up on your own. So they are saying that, yes, you are very good at being alone. You're very good at being strong on your own. However, you put yourself in that situation all the time because you overthink things. You also tend to see the negative of people. And it's not necessarily true. It's just, you know, and it could also be true. You may be instinctively picking up on things. However, you need to explore things a bit more, and this is where it comes to say what you mean, and I'll get to those runes in a second to see whether they have clarified anything. All right, so next we have these runes. This is in an inverted state. So what they are talking about, which is interesting that it ended up on the Three of Wands, because the Three of Wands is about making a decision where your destiny is concerned, and possibly taking that trip. This rune is about taking a trip, traveling down. It is also about your destiny. Sometimes that the road that you were meant to travel on will take you to your destiny. However, and this is why this is on the shadow side, sometimes the reason that you're on this road, the reason that you're on this journey, the reason that you've walked away from a situation is because you've listened to people that may not have the best intentions. So just be aware that people may feed you things that may not necessarily be true. Okay. Now we have the King of Swords, and so this particular rune is also inverted, and this rune talks about it is a symbol of a torch. So, but when it's inverted, it's like the torch not seeing things clearly. And this is one reason why we have the King of Swords energy in your shadow. So when the torch is lit, you do see very clearly. You can see you have very good intuition. However, they are saying that often you actually close yourself off, and because you close yourself off, you don't always see clearly. You don't always see the direction that you're meant to be taking. So, and it's funny because even in this, it's like he has a torch in his hand. So there is a torch, and they say use your torch, turn your torch on, see your light, see what is around you. Stop looking at the negative all the time. There is definitely something that you're not seeing, and there's definitely something that you may be blinded to, and this may be this situation here that is hidden from you as well. Not everyone around you has the best intentions in mind as well. You are just reminded of that. So just be careful about what you hear or what people tell you. Okay, so with the runes that landed on Say What You Mean, what they are talking about, this one is what I like to call my tower rune, though it is not the tower rune. This is your own tower. You're actually creating your own tower moment when you don't say what you mean, because you're actually creating this destruction, this self-destruction of something that could happen. Now, they also have this rune. Now, this rune is about talking about things will happen as they're meant to, sort of thing. So, okay, so what they're actually saying here is sometimes you have to say what you mean. Sometimes you have to express yourself. Sometimes you have to tell people. Don't be too afraid to tell people. By not telling people, you are actually creating a tower moment. When you tell people, don't worry, things will actually work. If they're meant to work, they will work. And that is what they're saying. Don't be afraid of speaking your mind. Don't be afraid of speaking up. Okay, so the next lot of runes were this. Now, this is actually a very auspicious set of runes. So we do have the Sun rune, and the Sun rune is to do with ultimate happiness. We also have what is known as the gift. So there is something about a gift here. And we also have this rune. Okay. So this is also about joy and also about luck. However, it's inverted right now. So they're saying that there's a lack of joy. There's a lack of, there's a total, you're not happy right now. And it's funny because you do actually have these gifts around you. And I think part of this is to do with you're not feeling your happiness. You're not feeling as happy as what, in this particular card was to do with your heart chakra and how you need to realign your heart chakra and find that inner happiness again, because you're surrounded by great things. You're surrounded by a lot of amazing things right now. However, you're not seeing it because you're not happy. You need to love yourself more. You need to find that inner happiness, and they're reminding you once again about your heart chakra. Okay, so this is to do with Six of Fire. This particular rune is about stepping back and taking time, but it reconfirms this ability to get over things. And one of the ways that you actually are able to get over things is by stepping back, which reinforced here multiple times, is your ability to step back from a situation. So they are saying that no matter what happens, everything eventually will get better. It just takes time. And you have that is a gift. That is a gift that things will eventually get better. Okay, well, I think this has been a pretty good reading. I've really enjoyed this one, and I hope you've liked it. Please give a thumbs up if you have, and I will see you next time, Cancer.